So my life completely fell apart today. Did I mention that my husband left me?
This is Rachel Brosnahan.
Why wasn't I enough?
An actress who's received critical acclaim for her performances in two major streaming shows, Call Girl Rachel Posner in House of Cards, and of course, housewife turned stand-up comedian Midge Maisel in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, for which she's won a Golden Globe Award as well as a Primetime Emmy nomination. Rachel's been an accomplished performer since 2009, doing a balancing act between school and professional acting work. For example, when she was still in high school, she got her first on-screen role as a friend in the Michael Bay horror film The Unborn. Then, as she was attending NYU studying drama, she was booking one-off parts in major TV shows, some pretty substantial, like a witness testifying against a pharmaceutical company in The Good Wife, or a terrified kidnapping victim in an episode of CSI Miami.
He'll kill me.
And I'm almost certain, I'm talking 99% chance that this is her as Girl doing the Walk of Shame in an episode of Gossip Girl. 2013 turned out to be a pivotal year for Rachel as she got the opportunity to work on 3 popular TV shows. You might have seen her as a patient transitioning into a man in an episode of Grey's Anatomy.
This is me.
And in some flashback sequences of Orange is the New Black as a homeless friend to Trisha who eventually gets her life together. But then Rachel's first real big break was as Rachel Posner in House of Cards, a prostitute that was originally restricted to 1 episode and 5 lines of dialogue. But as the writers further developed a subplot with Peter Russo, they brought Rachel back and she became an important part of the series as a lingering loose end that could potentially bring down the entire Underwood administration. After departing from House of Cards in a pretty dramatic way, Rachel had her first series regular role as Abby Isaacs, wife to a scientist working on the Manhattan Project in the period drama Manhattan. Since then, she's continued to work prominently in major films like The Finest Hours and Louder Than Bombs, but years before, she was fantastic in a number of short films that showcased her versatility. In Care, she gave a subtle, dramatic performance as an overwhelmed daughter caring for her father who suffers from dementia.
I'm not at my best.
None of us are.
But then in a complete 180 in the short film Basically, she played a privileged Californian socialite addressing the camera directly in a series of comedic monologues.
I'm going to kill myself! Exclamation mark. Lol.
This particular character, with her abrasive personality and comedic timing, had shades of what would become Rachel's most celebrated performance to date in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. It's clear that Rachel Brosnahan has done a lot of solid supporting work that, at times, maybe flew under the radar. But as Midge Maisel, she plays a character that's impossible not to like, beaming with positivity and sardonic wit and an absolute firecracker of energy. Thanks to this role, Rachel is in the spotlight, and just like Midge Maisel's future stand-up career, I think we can continue to expect great things from her.